Hello everyone, and you're watching Bitcoin Bubble News channel. The top 12 Bitcoin whales in the world will be shown to you today. Who are they? How big is their stack? And who will take down Satoshi Nakamoto, the person who created Bitcoin? Today we're going to show you the answer to those three questions. So stay tuned. Send it. We think Bitcoin is the best property in the world and the highest form of property. It's the best thing to invest in. That is, getting more Bitcoin is the goal. The person with the most Bitcoin wins. Let's start the countdown with the 12th item on the list. Robinhood has 143,627 Bitcoin in their hands. For today, we'll use 65K as our price standard. The value of their property is now 9.3. While Robinhood's use of fake coins may be controversial, it is clear that they are stacking sets. In fact, their CEO has said that crypto will be the big thing that makes the financial services industry better. I think a more interesting way to look at crypto is as an improvement to infrastructure and a change in how financial services are provided and offered. If it works, it could really fix a lot of the problems that have been around for a long time with our banking system. And I think that will become more clear over time as the number of goods sold around the world grows. They weren't joking, but it's not crypto, it's Bitcoin. Number 11, Block 1 is next. I couldn't find much about these guys, but they have 164,000 Bitcoin, which is worth a cool $10.66 billion. It looks like Block 1 opened a fake cryptocurrency business. But they know where the real value is at the end of the day. Bitcoin is a questionable rumor. They might use their fake currency to trick people into giving them more Bitcoin. It's been done before, you know. Do not sue me. Now let's talk about the top 10. Kraken is number 10. They also have 179,334 Bitcoin. It's worth more than $11.6 billion. Kraken has been around for a very long time. For one thing, we can be thankful for their dedication to huddling shows how much they believe in Bitcoin's future. Next, we have China, whose government currently holds 194,000 Bitcoin. China, I thought they didn't like Bitcoin, but they have more than $12.6 billion in Bitcoin. It looks like even the CCP can't say no to the hardest money in the world. We've heard the rumors and seen the numbers. They are still working as miners. There could be a mistake and they could be stacking while everyone sleeps. It looks like they haven't stopped Bitcoin yet. That makes it look like they have Bitcoin saved up. Let's move on to number 8. We all know Bitfinex as the little tether link, but they have 200,669 Bitcoins in their hands right now, which is worth over $13 billion. We know Bitfinex is known for hacks, but it looks like they've learned their lesson and are now definitely holding on to that valuable stack. The USA comes next. There are 203,239 Bitcoin held by the US government here. That's right, yes, coins worth $13.2 billion are held by the US government. It's clear that the US sees Bitcoin as more than just an asset since it's being talked about in Congress and in terms of national security. The question now is whether the US will keep adding to its stack or miss the boat. You should really pay attention to this because it looks like the government is going to use a strategic Bitcoin backup strategy. This is crazy bullish. Roll it up. On the first day, I plan to sign an order telling the US to buy 550 Bitcoin every day until the US has at least 4 million Bitcoins in stock. If I am chosen, it will be the policy of my government, the United States of America, to keep all of the Bitcoin that the US government has now or gets in the future. We're going to keep 100%. I hope all is well with you. In a way, this will be the main part of the critical national Bitcoin stockpile. It made me wonder when we'd get here. 6th MicroStrategy. Michael Saylor, the Gigammer, has more than $16.3 billion worth of Bitcoin through MicroStrategy and has no plans to stop. Getting Bitcoins like they're old-fashioned. Is Saylor going to stop ever? Not at all. No matter what, he's going to buy Bitcoin. You're going to buy? Yes, I will always buy at the top. 5th, Grayscale. There are 254,677 Bitcoin in their hands now. That's worth $16.55 billion. And the Grayscale bleed has been bad, but they're still number 5. And maybe now that they have a new CEO, they'll get things back on track. But the Grayscale bleed, what's trash to one person is gold to another. Let's move on to number 4, Loyalty holding 287,125 Bitcoin. This is the huge banking company that said Bitcoin would be worth $1 billion. They are sure of what they're doing because they have $19 billion worth of Bitcoin and have been in the game for a while. But Uncle Larry didn't care about that. The man has been stacking a lot. Third is BlackRock, which is the ETF king. $18.6 billion is how much 359,271 Bitcoin is worth right now. And it looks like they'll be making their big move to the top spot soon. Before that, though, they need to pass number 2. They have 673,783 Bitcoin, which is worth more than 43.7% of $1 billion. The amount of money they have is truly amazing. Their previous CEO may have been in trouble with the law. That hasn't stopped Binance from being one of the top whales, second only to Satoshi Nakamoto, I think. He just got out of jail. The unknown person who made Bitcoin still has the most, with 1.1 million Bitcoin worth just over 71.5 billion. But the ETFs are closing in on Satoshi quickly, so he will soon lose the crown. But first, check out what we like. 101. Being fat, drunk, and dumb is not a good way to live. Help us get the word out about sound money. If you like this video and click subscribe, you'll get the best Bitcoin news every day. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors, the Bitcoin Wave. Guys, since we live in a world full of clowns, it's pretty easy to figure out why Bitcoin exists. But if you want to learn more, you can go to the Bitcoin Wave, how to use Bitcoin. Check out their website, which has been updated. There is no one who makes it easier to learn how to store your Bitcoin on your own. They can help you with everything, from setting up your first wallet node to planning your estate to Bitcoin sovereignty. Hey, and if you want to get started, use the link in the show notes to set up a free 30-minute meeting with the Bitcoin Way. This is where things get hot. At the moment, the US Bitcoin ETFs hold a total of 916,047 Bitcoin. There are people at Satoshi's door. If things keep going the way they are, BlackRock could pass Satoshi as the leader in just over a year. Take that in. But wait. A huge move could soon be made by 2 other companies. Let's talk about Dell and Apple. Apple has more than $100 billion in cash on hand, but that money is losing value every second because of inflation. Imagine if Apple started to build servers like MicroStrategy does. Apple could quickly rise to the top of the list of folks who own Bitcoin. Then there's Dell. Company like Dell is swimming in melting ice cubes with $5.83 billion in cash on hand. They need a way out. And Bitcoin keeps them alive. Dell Technologies had $5.83 billion in cash and cash alternatives, such as investments, as of April 30th, 2024. There would be a loss of $174 million in buying power every year if prices went up by 3%. What's really interesting is that they can just invest a small part of the $5.83 billion they have in cash in Bitcoin, and it will make up for the $174 million they don't have in cash. And Bitcoin helps with this. It's getting hot in the Bitcoin arms race, and it's not just us ETFs or big companies like Apple and Dell. The people who own the most Bitcoin are acting, and the way the economy is changing,